Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Marla. This is sort of my new house. It's not even near where I want it to be yet. There's going to be a lot of renovation that's going to have to be done over the next year. And I'll show you a little bit of that, the beginnings of it, at the end of this video. The first part of this video is actually going to be filmed at the condo I'm staying at, but I had to come over here and get a couple things done, so I thought I would at least film the intro to this. I'm going to show you something that I've been using on my face that I really love. I got it, really the idea from another YouTuber, and I think it was Maddie Roberts. I think that's her name, either Maddie Roberts or Maddie Robertson. I'm not quite sure. I think it's Maddie Roberts. But she had talked about glycolic acid and using glycolic acid on her face. And I'll kind of show you the product I'm using now, why I'm using it, why I like it, and how I kind of built up to using it, because I'm actually using 30% glycolic acid, which is really kind of strong. The reason I'm able to use that is because for a year I was using a 10% glycolic acid face wash on my face, and after about a year the 10% wasn't even doing anything. I felt like I was just washing with regular soap. So the 30% was kind of what I'm looking for, but she actually gave a recommendation for a great one. I actually got it off of Amazon. It was only about $30, I think, and I use it about once a week. So that's the next part of this you're gonna see, and then the final part of the video is going to be kind of the beginnings of the renovations of my house. You can take a look at the basement, the bedrooms, kind of what I'm planning on doing. And then I will, once it's all done in the next couple weeks, I'll let you see what kind of the final product looks like. So stay tuned, and I will show you the products that I'm using on my face right now that I am really loving. You're gonna have to excuse my lighting because it looks like it's about to snow outside. And I don't have any professional lighting here. I'm in a place that, you know, I'm renting right now. So no professional lighting, so you're gonna have to make do with kind of my dimly lit video. The glycolic acid that I use on my face, for the longest time I was using Glow Therapeutics. It was the 10% glycolic acid cleanser. I'm gonna try to see if the camera can see that. It looks backwards on my camera. I guess that's the way it is. For some reason, when I'm looking at it, it looks backwards. Hopefully it doesn't look backwards to you, but it's the 10% glycolic acid cleanser. I used this about 3 times a week for probably about a year. Recently, I noticed that when I would use it, it just didn't feel like it was doing anything. I'm one of these people that when I put stuff on my face that I feel like should be kind of like a quasi peel, I kind of want to feel something going on versus just making it feel like I'm just putting a cleansing product on my face. So I used this for a year, and I was kind of going through the YouTube videos of people that I like to watch, and I came across Maddie Roberts or Maddie Robertson. I know I mentioned that before. I don't know her last name is. I'm not quite sure. But it's like the Maddie Roberts show or something like that. And she mentioned this glycolic acid. And I've kind of been tempted to increase the glycolic acid in the products I've been using. I just didn't know kind of which one to use. I didn't want to go crazy and possibly burn my face. But she had recommended that she was using the Perfect Image Glycolic 30% Gel Peel Level 1. She got it off of Amazon, and I think it ran probably about $30, and I really like it. It smells a little, I don't know, I can't even describe it. Not fruity, I don't know. It's not an awful smell, and I like it because I like the way it makes my skin feel, and I honestly feel it helps a little bit with the very fine lines. Now, obviously, I would need a facelift to fix the rest of my face, but it does kind of help with little fine lines, and I just like the way it makes my face feel. So I use it probably once a week, and it's kind of a very viscous, let me see if I can get where the camera is. There it is. It's hard to film on an iPhone. It's kind of very thick and viscous. I don't know if you can see how thick it is coming out of the dropper. And then all I do is I take, since I've been using the 10% glycolic acid, my skin kind of can tolerate this very well. If you haven't been using any glycolic acid on your face, you may want to start really slowly, like putting this on and maybe letting it on for 30 seconds or a minute. But I can't let it on for more than about 5 minutes tops. So I just take a couple drops and I put them all over my face and a couple drops on my neck. I can already feel it stinging a little bit. That's why somebody who hasn't used this at all, hasn't used any glycolic acid on their face, it may be a little, you may not want to try 30%, but I've been using 10. So I'm putting on, you can see my face is already getting a little red. It feels like there's little tiny pins being poked all over my face. Keep it away from your eye area. And then I usually try to sit it out, I'd say for, if I can sit it out for 3 minutes to 5 minutes. And then what I do is I just rinse it all off. And then a lot of times I will just put a moisturizer on my face. So I'm just gonna let myself bake for a while. I'm not really gonna come back after I wash it off because it's not gonna be some miraculous change to my face, but I just wanna let you know what I was using. I really like it. You have to be very careful with it because it is 30% glycolic acid. If you're not used to using glycolic acid on your face, it may really sting. So take it easy, and you may wanna start off with more of a 10% glycolic acid wash first. But even now, you know, it was initially kind of stinging initially, and now I feel like nothing on my face. So my face, I guess, is pretty tough. I don't know, but that is one of my favorite products right now that I've been using, and I just wanted to share. That is it for one of my favorite products that I have been using recently. So here we are, phase 1, the basement. And as you can see, the guys have already started kind of tearing up all the carpeting down here. I am very anti-carpeting, and especially I am anti-mint green carpeting. I don't know. For some reason, the person that owned this house before me liked mint green carpeting and kind of a pinky shade of white walls. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And with dogs, with 2 dogs right now and potentially a 3rd dog on the way, that has got to go. So right now, as you can see, this is sort of my basement area, which is kind of cool. I really like it. Has a lot of light, and when you sit down here, basically all you see is my yard. So I'm going all the way around here, and you know, if I'm sitting back here, I look out onto my yard, which I love. It has great 2 decks that eventually in the summertime we'll sit out on, but right now, not so much. It's a little too cold to be just kind of hanging out there all day. But it's a pretty good sized yard for my dogs, which was kind of the main thing I was, you know, looking at. It goes from this area all the way over there. Kind of hard to see from down here. So, you can see what I have to deal with down here. So they're going to be ripping out all this hideous carpeting and putting down floating laminate wood flooring down here. And I actually painted this room myself, and then I decided to actually get professionals to do it because I can't reach ceilings with my neck and my fibro. It just kind of gets to my neck. And this is the other room that they've already kind of started tearing the carpeting out. It's actually a bedroom down here, and this has to all be torn up and flooring put in with the next couple weeks. And then let me take you upstairs. So I'm going to get out of this horrible area and go up these crotchety, dirty, filthy carpeted steps that will eventually be hopefully torn out within the next year. And then it opens up into my kitchen area. And as you can see, this is all going to have to be torn out eventually and put wood flooring in, but I have a really nice kind of open area for my kitchen. I'll eventually get new cabinets in. I'm storing my bikes in here right now. And then there's a second little living room over there. But this hallway is going to be all redone. Rip out all this carpeting. And then I'm going to, as you can see, my paint cans in here. Have my master bedroom painted, and then the 2 guest bedrooms up here are going to be redone. So that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing right now for my house. Again, it's a work in progress. It's going to take a while to get this all done, but this is kind of my new project. So that's it for my video today. I don't think I will see you guys until after Thanksgiving. So Everybody have a great holiday, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye from Marla.